Oh my gosh, why can't
Shanks?
Shanks! Oh god, I fucking have a huge boner for Shanks. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Co-op the Podcast. My name is Raven, here with my co-host.
Hi. Jesse.
Yeah, that's his name.
That's the name.
His name is Hi.
Hiya!
Hiya. Okay. So today's episode, we'll just start off right off the bat. Today's episode is a little bit different. We're just doing theme today because we're doing a Q&A episode. Mostly because we have a lot of questions that we want to try to get through. And yeah.
Questions. I'm not prepared to answer questions.
Well, that's what you're here for.
We were quilting.
Quilting. Why would you assume so?
Because there's a Q. When have you ever seen a Q in a word other than quilt?
QWERTY?
That's
or
not
gaming?
a real word. Yeah.
That's my real word. So first off, let's start with announcements. I don't have any written down, but you guys,
General ones, yeah.
Yeah, next Thursday is my last episode on Fading Footsteps on Scraticus, so meet me over there, twitch.tv/Scraticus. My last time playing Iraqi. So yeah, go meet me over there.
Yep.
In general, co-op the podcastiness. You can still follow us on Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, our website,
Facebook,
coopthepodcast.com.
Patreon.com/coopthepodcast. Yeah.
Wherever
podcasts
If you're on
are
a platform and we're not there, just let us know. We'll get there.
Yes. If you're on a platform and you haven't reviewed us, please do so. Give us 5 stars. Okay, thanks. How about?
We even have a MySpace.
We do.
Yep.
You can find all our favorite bands on there, on our little playlist thing. Our top 8. Do they still have top 8 on MySpace?
Yeah, sure. Let's just go what they do.
Okay, cool. Is anybody still on MySpace?
Yeah.
If you're still on MySpace, living it up, and you're not a band, let me know.
Yeah. Anything else? Let's see. Announcements. Nothing?
No.
Nope. Okay. Moving on.
We're doing this hot and ready. This is our second episode of the weekend because Jesse's sister is coming into town this weekend.
Yep. Yeah.
This
So we'll be a little bit
weekend.
busy. So we're getting it done ahead of time.
Yep, exactly.
Rather than cancel on you guys again.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We were going to, but then we canceled the other week. So we decided not
Right. For what reason, too?
to. I was hungover.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What are
Anyways.
you doing?
I'm just looking through all these.
Okay. Well, let's get started. Let's start our questions and answers episode.
Yeah. And are we? Like, it's the goal to try and do it in order, or just
Yeah,
randomly
our
pick?
Patrons go first. So one of
Okay.
the best parts about being a patron is you get to ask us questions, and your questions are priority. So let's start with our first patron, Courier, our good buddy, Courier.
Yep,
We
we've
love
mentioned
him
him a lot here,
so
yeah.
much. Yep, he's won a t-shirt. He's the best person in the world. We love Courier. So first question, do you want to start us off, babe?
Yeah. Who really framed Roger Rabbit?
That's a good question.
When's the last time you watched that movie?
I think I watched it maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like on TNT or something.
I want to say
on
5
TBS.
years ago.
Yeah.
Last time I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, within 5 years, I would say.
Yeah. But so I would say that I don't really recall what the thing was, but I think the bad guy was the one who framed him, right? Or was
Yeah.
it Jessica Rabbit framed him?
No. Jessica Rabbit was good. We like
Right,
Jessica
but just because
Rabbit.
she's good doesn't mean she wouldn't frame him, so
No,
that way the
but
cops
guess
get
what?
involved.
She was bad. She was just drawn that way. She's not bad. She's just drawn that way. And so she didn't frame him. You think maybe she did. And that's where they do the whole switcheroo. And it's actually Christopher Lloyd. who
Right,
framed
yeah, the
Roger
bad
Rabbit.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, we all know at the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit who actually framed Roger Rabbit.
Then why is this a question? Has Corey never seen the movie?
I think
Spoiler.
that might be. Yeah, I think he's just asking us because he's never seen it, and he wants a quick synopsis of the film. So let's start. So there is
Cartoons
a detective.
exist in real life.
Yes.
That's the premise, A.
Yes. And then there's a rabbit, and he's been framed for murder, and a detective comes.
Yeah, he's basically a parody of Bugs Bunny.
Yes, in this world.
Yeah.
Who is Jessica Rabbit? I guess Betty Boop or something? But Betty Boop is in the movie, I think.
Maybe
Betty
she's
Boop's not
just
really
original.
sexy.
But, like, the idea is that, he's a famous actor and a cartoon. Not, like, a voice actor, but, like, the same. One in the same. Toon World exists. Yeah.
There's
a crime. It's old worldy detective style.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins is in it.
Yeah.
He plays Eddie. So, whatever. Go watch the movie, actually.
That's it,
Find out who framed Roger Rabbit for yourself and make your own opinions.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
All right, go.
The next question is, what have been the most unexpected challenges of starting a new podcast so far? Our cat howling.
Oh, yeah, that was unexpected. Yeah.
That was unexpected. He was very loud that one particular episode. And then I guess just, like, having issues with, like, sound and audio. I knew it was going to be challenging, but I didn't think it'd be
that hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, we have been learning as we go. We've been getting new equipment as we go. And, I mean, like, we soundproofed some of the room for some tin, right? So hopefully that's been better as it goes on. I think just, like, I don't think there's any good information out there on what you're going to need to put together all at once.
I think that's it. It's like there's no, like, really good kind of beginner's manuals on how to start a podcast, like, what you need to do. So, really, we were just kind of, like, piecing it all together. And we talked to a couple of people that kind of helped us through. So, I mean, we were very lucky to have other people. I would say
I'd say the cat was the most unexpected one.
Yeah.
That wins.
I have one other unexpected one. And I think it's just how hard it is coming up with episode ideas. Like, I think we're really good at kind of eventually coming up with one and being able to talk on it a lot. But up until then, I'm kind of like, okay, what are we going to talk about for like 30 minutes straight? What is interesting? What is relevant? I think relevancy is really important because because there are lots of stuff that I'll just talk about forever. But it's like, okay, that's not very interesting anymore, even. And you're just
you realize how often you kind of have the same conversation over and over again. Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, we talk a lot about lots of interesting things, but
we talk about a lot of the same stuff.
Do we really though? Yeah. Or do we just have the same few conversations over and over again? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, do you have any specific ones, babe?
No, like I said, I think the cat one was probably the best answer to that. A lot of other stuff you could kind of guess. Like if you sat down and you're like, hey, I'm going to start a podcast, you might be like, yeah, I need some good soundproofing in my studio. You might think a regular room is kind of soundproof, but it's not, right? So you could do some research on some soundproofing. So it's not so unexpected. But, we've got foam up in the corners, on the walls.
Yeah, we didn't expect to get so much foam.
Yeah, there's a lot of foam.
Yeah.
Also, we had to get this, huge, thick blackout curtain for the door because doors are themselves not really soundproof, and ours has glass in it.
Yeah, so that also didn't help with the tinny bits.
Yeah, tinny sound and stuff like that. So we got something that could kind of, take that, the sound would kind of absorb into it, I guess, is the process. I'm not a soundproofing expert, but on top of that, our podcast studio gets hot. I wish I had AC.
Today is basically the hottest day that it's been, and Jesse's not having a good time.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. We're still struggling to kind of wrap our heads around streaming. We had to put Braven's streaming stuff together so quick. Mm-hmm. We got that done, but my half of the studio just is trash.
It's not trash, but it's not.
Yeah,
great.
It's just not
There's
put together.
A lot of toys.
Yeah, it's just not put together the same way because we haven't had time to figure out streaming enough. So
agreed.
I think it's not podcast particular, but streaming on top of it is going to present some new challenges as well. So it'll be interesting to see how
we do
that goes and what we learn there. So
yeah, for sure. Good questions so far. For sure. Any other challenges you can think of, babe?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Last one from Corey is what, in your opinions, is the best first level spell? All classes and races accepted. I'm guessing he means Dungeons and Dragons, because that's what what comes to mind for us. And
that is a really good question. No, because I was thinking of like
cantrips. Weren't you?
Yeah,
we could do cantrips too, because I have
the cantrip I always get is prestidigitation, because like realistically, like you're like, oh hey, I want to do like magic all the time as a wizard or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I want to light a campfire. You could do it with prestidigitation. You
Yeah.
know, make a noise, make a little thing, you know.
Like sensory effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, prestidigitation's really good.
That's good.
Mine is message. Message is the best.
Is that a cantrip?
It's a cantrip. The other one that I was thinking of is like Mage Hand. Mage Hand is also a good cantrip. They're both really good cantrips, and they both have... I mean, message is always going to come in handy if you have message. That's why, like, I think I played in one of the streaming campaigns that I did for Scraticus, I played a knowledge domain cleric, and you got to choose like one wizard cantrip, and I got to choose, or maybe it was because I was an elf, I got to pick any cantrip I wanted to, and I picked message because clerics don't get message, and message is very, very important. I love message.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at like the list, okay, so of level 1 spells.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, there's a lot that are pretty good, so I don't know which one I think is the best so far. Because, like, I noticed on here, like cure wounds or whatever.
Yeah, cure wounds is
Yeah,
like,
so you're
but
kinda
that's like
like-
basic. Almost.
Yeah, but like, if we're saying like, really, what's the best level 1 spell? It's like, well, obviously that's going to come in handy a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Mine, I'll go ahead and tell you mine because I have mine.
Yes.
My favorite first level spell is Bane, because at a certain time you can, well, I guess at any time you can enchant up to 3 creatures, and they have to pass a charisma saving throw, which usually if they're like monsters and stuff, their charisma is real low. And then they have to take a minus d4 to attack and saving throws until the spell ends. So it's like super, I mean, whenever you're in combat, it's very, very useful. It's a concentration spell, but I mean, it lasts for a minute, so that's 10 rounds. Like, it just goes on for days, and it just makes the combat so much easier on like the actual PCs. It's just so much more fun. And it's all on the DM. If you cast it, you don't have to rely on your stupid teammates, your stupid party members to remember to roll a goddamn d4.
Yeah. Now I'll say, like, okay, so thinking about this more. So, like, Magic Missile is good. So it depends on how
Magic
you're going to
Missile's
play your
great.
character. What level 1 spell I think is good.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get one that does, like, damage, like Magic Missile or something like that, it's good, especially if you're going to be, like... Because you'll have the most, you know, level 1 slots available later, right, in the game. So you'll be able to cast more level 1 spells, and so you can cast things like Magic Missile or
And Magic
any
Missile
damaging
is
spell.
good because it automatically hits. You don't do as much damage, but Magic Missile always hits.
Right. So there's lots of damaging things, thunder waves and stuff like that, right? But I'll say a lot of level 1 spells I also think this is your chance to get some of the ones that are more just sort of useful.
Yeah.
So one I had with a recent wizard I played was Unseen Servant, which I use for a lot of things.
A lot of really stupid things.
Yeah, but they can
too.
basically do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Within like a certain limit, like they can only lift so much and move so much or whatever. But
and they can't attack or anything.
yeah, they can't really attack. They take damage. They disappear. But like, yeah, you use it to give like back rubs and things like that, right? Like, or it can just cook for you or whatever, right? Anything you can do, I think, is the premise. It can do.
Right.
So if you're proficient in like whatever, it can do
Maybe.
it as well.
I don't know if you could do that.
I think that was the idea, but that might have just been like something
Now
I was
I wanna
reading online.
look it
But
up.
then there's like Tensor's floating disc or the floating disc, whatever,
Yeah.
right? That was another one I had. I was doing all sorts of conjuration stuff, so all sorts of conjuration things are really good.
Yeah.
For that, you can like again, you'll have most of those slots, so especially if your game's really heavy RP stuff like that, or like situations that are less I'm trying to fight a boss, but like maybe you're kind of trying to sneak around a building because unseen servants are invisible. So hey, guess what? They could go snag a scroll off some dude's desk for you,
right.
unseen. Right.
Exactly.
things like that, so they can do things that are pretty cool. But now, I'll say one I think is really stupid, though. Probably the least used one I've ever used, because I've probably used all of these, but Purify Food and Drink.
I never used that.
Yeah,
I
never
think I
ever
always
used
get
it.
it as a cleric, and I have never once used it.
I think you can use like a blessing or something to do, like it's like part of like one of your specialty things. But yeah, the actual spell, Purify Food and Drink.
I
or whatever.
always have this spell. It always comes up.
Waste.
I think it is a cleric spell. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, who's gonna remember to do it? That's the real problem.
Yeah,
who's gonna have it prepared in a situation where...
Same with like absorb elements. I've never once used absorb elements. I probably should, because I'm never in like an area where I even think to do absorb elements. If I'm like a druid or a ranger, I never really even think about it. So I don't know. And then when you're a ranger too, like there are so many other lower level spells that you want to have in your arsenal. Like you want to have Cure Wounds just in case something falls apart, and you want to have like Hunter's Mark, and you want to have spell slots for that. So yada yada. I think Alarm is a good one too, because you cast it as a ritual and it lasts 8 hours, and basically you get a full
that's the
night's
other
sleep.
thing I like about the Conjuration or any of those like kind of useful ones, is they can all be done as rituals.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of spells too that can be done as rituals. But yeah, I get you. And a ritual, if like you're not sure what that means, it means you can take 10 minutes to cast it and you don't use a spell slot. But you have to have it prepared unless you're a ritual caster.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good one. Those are good. So Bane, Unseen Servant, those are good spell options.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever need Purify Food and Water or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you might.
Detect
and we
poison
say
and
that.
disease.
I bet the next person that's going to be our DM is like, okay, let's make sure that Raven and Jesse need to have Purify Food and Drink.
Right, but like here's the situation, like what are we going to be in? Where I guess somebody's trying to poison us?
Yeah.
Don't take food from scratchy
like
people.
A city like landscape. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. You want to
always make somebody else eat it first. I don't know.
Always. That's unobvious.
Yeah, there are non-magical things. Don't waste your spell slots.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, but yeah. So let's move on. So some of these other ones now that we're getting to are coming from Ash.
Yeah, Ash.
Another member of our Patreon.
Yep. Ash, that's at Hentai Sandwich on Twitter. Go give her a follow. She's a Patreon. Do you want to do the first question?
Yeah. Is there any fictional characters you really looked up to or wanted to be growing up?
Interesting.
Fictional character.
Yes.
Though, in particular.
Fictional character in particular.
I mean, I always wanted to be Goku, but that's not real, so that's my problem with. Anything I admired about fictional characters were their cool powers. So I couldn't get those, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of people I've talked about on the podcast that I'm like, okay, I've always wanted to be this character. And like, I always looked up to this character. And then now I'm like, I can't remember any of those. You know what's really funny? Like, my brothers and I used to play Street Fighter a lot. And I always played Chun-Li. Because I always really like... Because in that time, when that came out, when I was playing it in the 90s, to be a thick woman and to be a, like, powerful woman, that was just not seen. There were a lot of, like, being very thin was very in... having a huge like muscle mass like was very popular, so that was kind of where my mind was. I guess that's one of them. And another one I guess was I was really into Charmed growing up. Yeah, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like both of those. And so characters in that I would look up to very often and say, okay, I want to be like Piper.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking a lot more of, like, some other things. I mean, you know, there's, fictional characters and more of a sense, like, not superpowers, but... Yeah, I mean, they had superpowers, but, like they would deal with regular, everyday things, you know?
Yeah, you have to give me
Will
ideas.
Smith in Men in Black. I don't know. He didn't have superpowers.
Yeah, but he had, like, super technology.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You know, anybody can do that, whatever,
I want to be Will Smith in Men in Black.
There you go.
Yeah, what's another one?
People like that, yeah. Like, they don't always have to be super. My mind went straight
Sonya
there. Yeah.
in, like, Mortal Kombat, I always thought was really cool.
Yeah.
She doesn't have superpowers. Or does she?
I mean,
guess she
they're a
does.
little bit super.
They're all, like, super powerful.
Yeah. But yeah, like, who else? Think of a TV show that does, like, I mean, Supernatural, they don't have superpowers. They fight supernatural things, but...
Yeah, when you were growing up, you wanted to be one of the characters from Supernatural?
Absolutely not. I thought that show... Well, okay, so when I first watched Supernatural, which I don't actually remember how old I was when it came out.
Yeah.
Young enough to look up to somebody, sure.
Yeah.
But when I first watched it, like, they were okay, cool. They weren't that cool. What was mostly cool was, like, you know, the creatures they'd bring in. Because you'd be like, oh, man, nobody ever, like, hunts werewolves in a TV show. And, like, that wasn't a thing, right? At the time. And, you know, it captured a good audience or whatever with that. And then the story got good when they went through the whole, like, Satan thing. And like, they were, like, well, like, you know, you're like, okay, yeah, these are cool, well-developed characters. You could look up to them.
Yeah.
You know, but I never even watched it that far, I don't think, the first time. Like, there's, like, some inkling of what was going on. Maybe it was, like, the first episode where, like, Cass showed up or something. And then I stopped watching it, kind of. So,
yeah.
So I missed out a lot on that, too, I think. Missing that,
I did just think of some
cool.
good ones that had, like, some people that were slightly more, like, normal people. Like, I used to watch Stargate SG-1 with my mom.
Ooh, those are some good ones, yeah.
Yeah, and I really wanted to be, like, I thought Jack O'Neill was so cool, but I also thought that Agent Carter, like, Samantha Carter, was really cool. So, like, both of those together I always looked up with, and I was like, I think I'm going to, I mean, and my mom really tried to push this kind of idea, but I was like, maybe I could work for the government as, like, an archaeologist or something, which I think is a lot more of, like,
yeah,
Dr.
only thing
Jackson,
is I
whatever.
don't think they're a government archaeologist. But yeah.
There are actually, like, a lot of, like, anthropologists and archaeologists that work for the government. Mostly anthropologists.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying, archaeologists. I don't think there's...
Whatever. This was, like, the option in the 90s. So this is where I got my inspiration for that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do have, I have another one.
But yeah, I do like those characters were really
Yeah.
good, yeah. And definitely, Colonel O'Neill was like a good,
Yeah.
strong role model type character for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I loved all of the actors in that, but Richard Dean Anderson was just so amazing in that. And so I think it's more like, I want to be Richard Dean Anderson. But another one that popped into my head was Farscape. And I always really liked Erin. And I thought that she was cool.
Yeah, I'll say also, now that I'm thinking about it more, yeah, because, like, you know, the more you think about this, I think it does actually kind of come to mind more. But yeah, Power Rangers. Any of the Power Rangers were cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did also have a thought while we were talking about it. Ellen Ripley.
Yeah,
Probably my
go.
biggest
That's a good
role
one,
model.
yeah.
From the Alien series, yada yada, anthology. So Ellen Ripley is probably my number one.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite films growing up.
Yeah, I like it. Those are some good answers. Okay.
Those are good.
What else?
What else? The next one is, if you could live in one fictional universe, which would it be?
I mean, okay, so I always like to imagine in any fictional universe, right? Like, day-to-day activities. You're not fighting Frieza every day. You're not. So, like, what world would it be super cool to live in day to day?
As like a normal, like an everyday.
Yeah, you could go on your commute. You can sleep. You can do fun stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. But you can do it in some cool way. Yeah, shooting Kamehameha waves, not
that's
useful
not
every day.
And you might not even be. That's my biggest thing with, like, if I was to say the world of Harry Potter. It's your normal world.
That's the one I was going to say, actually, where you could, like, do fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, like, there's a potential that you'd still be a fucking muggle. And that would suck. You wouldn't know that you're even in that universe.
Well, I think, like, we're talking, like...
where you would be able to
yeah, you would be a wizard. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm still...
Yeah. So, like, you would be a wizard. Or, I mean, even if you're a muggle, who cares, right?
No.
But if you lived in that world...
It's the same world that you're living in now.
Yeah, so then who cares? So, you either get the good stuff or you live the same life you live
but
now.
if you get to choose...
But if you get to choose, we'll assume you're a wizard in that world.
Okay.
So that'd be the one. That'd be the one I think would be the coolest.
Harry Potter would be cool.
You know, you wouldn't have to wipe your ass. You could wave your wand, right? And it would do it for you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You'd have like, and you know, like I think there's some sort of level in the Harry Potter world, the wizarding world of Harry Potter, where they're kind of Luddites and they rely on like the magic too much. I would want to see a world where we're way more advanced than that. Why can't I drive my Tesla and be a magic person, right? Mm-hmm. You know, why can't I be on my laptop Googling shit or binging stuff? Sorry.
Binging, yeah. They're a sponsor now or something.
Yeah, binging stuff. And also, like, you know, wave my wand and get a cup of tea. Right? Like, I don't have to, like, be, like, disconnected from the real world technology, too. Right? Just because I'm a wizard. So, I think that would be, that'd be a cool thing. You'd be, like, you know, you could commute on a bus and have like a cool little dope newspaper with moving pictures, right? Yeah. Like theoretically, you could do anything in that world, right? Any magic stuff.
Yeah.
All sorts of magic. So.
Yeah. Probably for me, I'm like really trying to think about it, but I think it'd be really cool to live in like the Magic the Gathering setting, like Ravnica, like within the guild, so there's all these different cool guilds you can live in.
Well, yeah, and like the whole premise of the Magic the Gathering setting is kind of traveling between worlds and stuff, so you could travel basically to any world.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you're a whatever they're called, planeswalker.
Planeswalker, yeah. And so I'd like to be a planeswalker in the world of Magic the Gathering. So, because that just sounds really cool. Because I mean, there's all these different scapes where it's like forest and island and water and plains, and I mean there are obviously like swamps and all the areas that you don't really want to be in, like swamp and fire. Like I maybe want to avoid those, but like all the other areas just look so beautiful and seem like really cool, and the people that you'd interact with are really cool. I mean obviously some of them are very hostile, and that's what it's like in the game, but I think that would be cool.
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking another kind of cool one would be Pokemon World.
Pokemon would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because then you get Pokemon.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Come on.
Which is why the like live action Detective Pikachu is pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool because then you actually do get to really think about what kind of Pokemon you would have and what kind of lifestyle you would live. Because, like, I think it was inside the city, you live with Pokemon, but outside of the city, like, they just kind of roam freely, and you don't really interact with them. So, like, which kind of world would you want to even live in? So yeah.
Some people are posting on a thread on Reddit here about the same topic, the Final Fantasy world.
I feel like a lot of the
like
worlds are a little fucked.
Given the ones, right? You know, but yeah, you have magic. You have, you know.
But the world is usually ending. Like some evil person's trying to take over something.
Right. Okay. So like with this premise that we don't get to pick our path. So so if we go with that premise, right? So we don't get to pick if we're a wizard. We don't get to pick if we're like super cool in Final Fantasy or whatever.
Yeah, or even
you know what fictional world I'd pick?
What?
The one from Gilmore Girls.
I would too. Oh my gosh, yeah. I would live in Stars Hollow,
because
Connecticut.
Because if you cannot pick what you're gonna do, why not just have like a nice, cool, casual life where you could walk everywhere,
where you could talk really fast.
Everybody's like super chill all the fucking time.
Yeah, the
There's
only
no,
problems they have
pressure.
is like local tourism and trying to increase that.
Yeah, everybody's living like a weird. Connecticut lifestyle.
Love it.
Yeah.
Jesse, that's the best idea you've ever had.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're
that
welcome.
was good.
And before anybody tries to say like that place could exist, it does not.
Stars Hollow does not exist.
Yeah.
We looked it up.
And there is no way a town that sleepy and small and awesome exists in America today anymore.
Well, and like in the remake too, like they said it was just like overrun with like tourism and stuff, but not even as much as people think it would be. Like right now, and it's like, no, it'd be like literally overrun. Like nobody would be able to get in. All the bed and breakfast would be completely overrun. Like tourists in every cafe only, no regulars.
Yeah.
Everybody would live out on a farm like miles away to get away from all the like people touring in, coming in. So yeah, that was a good question. I like that one.
Yeah.
That was good. What about this one? Is there any fandom your partner is obsessed with that you just can't get behind?
Yeah. No.
No?
I can't think of any.
I mean, and we all know this, and I mean, you like Breaking Bad, I don't like Breaking Bad, but you're not really a part of the fandom.
But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't think there's any fandoms.
I don't really love The Punisher. You don't like The Punisher. I haven't really been able to get... I like Voltron, but I don't like it as much as you like Voltron.
Yeah.
And I can't really, like, I haven't been able to, like, stay...
Right, well, you just haven't, like, watched it yet.
Doing it.
Really.
Yeah, I've tried to watch the cartoon series, like, a couple of times.
You just got busy, yeah.
Yeah, and I just get busy, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just not gonna... You don't love true crime.
Yeah, that's true. I do think it's stupid and over sensationalized.
Yeah,
blah, blah.
I agree with that too, because I think like right now, it has always been, I think that this is the problem with people that think that true crime is a new thing that women and just people in general are obsessed with. It's like, no, people have been obsessed with crime forever. Like, Forensic Files have been a show on TV for literally decades. And then also, there used to be people that would like go and like camp out crime scenes, like way back when.
But what I think I don't like about it is they have totally, like, you're right, true crime has been like around for a long time. So as it's been around longer and longer and people realize that there's a market there, it's gotten more fake.
It does feel a lot more fake.
Yeah, like they're pandering to their audience to get stuff. So
yeah, it's like right now I was looking at some stuff and my hairdresser, Sammy, she's amazing. She recommended a true crime podcast called, I forget what it's called, but it's about the Golden State Killer, and I'm really interested in that one. But you look up, like, Golden State Killer, and there are, like, 30 other podcasts that are now talking about the Golden State Killer, and it's like, okay, how much can we actually, like, talk about on this subject? And I remember there was one, I can't remember what the podcast is called, but, like, the first episode... This guy is, like, talking about why he wanted to start a documentary. Basically, he wanted to just be the first person to talk about it and get famous about it. That's what he said. He was like, I wanted to make a groundbreaking, famous documentary. And so now I found a breakout documentary, and I found this case, and I have to talk about it now. And it's like, you don't actually care about any of these people.
Yep.
So
that sounds exactly right. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just like they're pandering to their audience. They misquote, misdirect things. You're like, the justice system will handle it, right? Like it's usually pretty open and shut. And like, yeah, serial killers is one thing we all already know. We've talked about it a bunch. But when they talk about like regular crimes that happened like down the street like a week ago or whatever, and they try to throw in this like, maybe it was a hate crime. Now everybody cares more, right? Or maybe it had something to do with blah, 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 other thing going on in the world. And you're like, what? Now I'm paying attention. And it's like, nah, fucking people just be killing people.
Right.
Who knows? Or, sometimes it's not even that. It's like somebody just robbed somebody. It's not a crime. I mean, it's a crime, but...
Yeah.
That's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I think sensationalization, and it's because everybody does actually care about this stuff, and they know it. So
yeah, and people know it now, so they just take more time to do that, to spend more money on producing those things now.
Yeah, exactly. They just want to get money out of it. So money out of a story they didn't even have to write. Exactly.
I'm trying to think if there's like any other fandoms of yours that I'm like, that interested. I didn't like One Piece all that much when I started. It is very long, but I do like it now. I like One Piece.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like bad things.
I don't like bad things either. I am interested in true crime.
I didn't. Yeah.
And true crime is interesting when it's not overdone and there's like an interesting take on it. So, yeah.
No,
I think we're good.
Yeah,
I think that was good.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Not a whole lot. What else? What else we got?
All right, next one. You do it.
If you could only eat one meal your partner has to make for the rest of your life, what would it be?
You kill it on steaks.
I do, yeah. And that'd be good. Maybe keto.
Yeah. You also make really good shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Your shepherd's pie is
Yeah, I mean, I'd eat your chili.
Hey, my chili is literally my best recipe.
Yeah. Only problem with it would be,
I could
probably
change
a lot more carbs in it than I'd want. Because I just generally don't eat that many carbs.
I'd want more vegetables than just your steak. So
right.
we would need to come up with
So there would be
idea.
but if I had to, I guess, it wouldn't be that bad, right?
I
And
feel
just
like
work out
chili
harder.
is balanced where
It's
got
more balanced,
beans and meat and veggies.
And we're trying to avoid red meat with you too, so
yeah, so
that would suck for you.
it would be really bad. It would be a bad time for me.
What we would want to eat versus what is practical to eat.
I'm changing my mind slightly because I have two. The chicken thighs and asparagus that you made that one time with like lemon and pepper. It was so good. Both of those together were just amazing. Chicken thighs are the best, and Jesse makes the best chicken thighs. And then your peanut butter pickle and potato chip sandwich.
Yeah.
Those are good as hell.
They are really good.
If you don't know what that is, it's good.
Yeah, it's crunchy, it's sweet, it's salty.
And I
vinegary.
love pickles. I used to eat like a pickle and then eat ice cream.
And the way you do it, you take the bread, you put peanut butter on both sides.
White bread.
Yeah, white bread is better for this. Yes. But whatever bread, really. But white bread tastes better. White bread, peanut butter on both sides. Crinkle the chips into the peanut butter a little. Kind of make a nice little layer. Or else the pickles will kind of slip on the peanut butter, right?
Yeah.
Then you put a layer of pickles in between the two slices.
That's really good.
Yeah. We would get like the whole dill pickles or whatever and actually make the slices ourselves because they didn't actually make slices of the pickles we liked.
Right.
Or they didn't have them at the store often.
They don't have slices. The pickles that we like only come in like the halves.
Yeah, they come in the halves or wholes.
But
they didn't have chips. That's what they're called. They didn't have the chips. So we had to cut it ourselves. But it worked. It was really good. Really good.
It's really good.
But I think chili would still just be my answer. But there's tons of different types of chili. So
I make really good
chicken chili. You can make
chili.
Meat chili, veggie chili.
I do good vegetarian chili for sure.
Yeah,
those are good meals. I think if like there's
like that's the thing is like people out there listening and saying like, what about what else would you eat with the steak? It's like when I make steak, that's the meal. That's
the meal because Jesse only eats meat, and so sometimes he'll just make a steak for me because it's like, okay, well, I'm low calorie, and this is all I think we
talked about it a little when we did our fitness one. If you're interested, but I do the carnivore diet on and off. So whenever I eat steak, it's like that's it. And if that sounds good to you out there, try it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You'll lose a ton of weight. You'll feel great. Pumped.
You might feel great.
Yeah.
Raven would die.
The important thing to know is diets are different for everybody. So if you don't feel good, just don't do it.
Just don't do it. If you already know.
If you do feel good, fucking keep it up.
Do it.
It's great.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Those are good ones. If you could play a character in a movie, which would it be?
Does it have to be a movie that exists or like a movie that we're just making up?
No, in an already created movie, I'm going to say.
I'd want to be Superman in the DC universe. Yeah.
Okay. And any of like
the
those
Superman
movies, films?
Anything. I'll replace Henry Cavill.
There you go. Nice. That's cool. Doesn't he like die or something?
Yeah, I mean he's in enough movies. He made enough money off of it. It's fine.
No, I'm not saying Henry Cavill died. You're not the actor Henry Cavill in Superman.
I'm saying like
you're just Superman now.
Superman died, but he made enough appearances
at a newspaper company. You get
He made enough appearances everywhere. Sure. No, you're the actor in this movie. You're not the character.
You're the character. If you could play a character in a movie.
Yeah. So if you were an actor, that's what it's asking.
No. If you're a character, just the character.
If you could play the character, it's not if you were a character. It's if you could play a character.
No.
Yep.
If that's the case, then I'm going to be Tony Stark.
Okay, there you go.
I'm Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's your character that you're going to play. Money. That's true. Actually, I've changed mine to that as well.
No. You can't take my answer.
I'll be Captain America then.
That got like booted.
Yeah, I'll be Captain America. Because then that's almost as many movies as Iron Man. So
there you go. No, I think like
that's a good point. Because like if you're playing the actor, if you're the actor,
I think it's just for the character's sake. Like, what character would be super cool to play, and you'd want to be a part of that?
Superman, sure.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I would pick. I think it would have been really cool to play Jareth in Labyrinth. Because, like, that's really cool because you have, like, all the Jim Henson puppets and you have to play with that and you get to also sing and you get to be in super tight pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get to learn that really cool thing with the orb.
Yeah, but you're just playing the character.
Yeah, but then I'm also David Bowie, and he lived a fabulous life.
You don't actually get to take over the person's life,
No, I do, though, because I get their money, right? That's what you're
you're like, I was like, you make the same amount of money, yeah.
I think David Bowie got a lot of money for that film.
Which is, like, why Iron Man was the best choice.
No, but I think it's, like, thinking about the character and, like, thinking about, like, how cool it would be to be that character.
Yeah, and that's what Superman, we wouldn't want to be Superman.
I think those movies are pretty boring.
But also I'd work with a personal trainer and get super jacked.
That's a good point, yeah. I think that, so I think it was Kit Harington in Game of Thrones was talking about, like, they got to ride, like kind of electronic dragons for part of the scenes. His balls got caught in one of the rigs, so that's kind of unfortunate. But I don't have balls, so I think it'd be cool to be able to, like, ride one of those dragon rigs.
That's what I say about...
It's the same when, like, Harry Potter. Like, a lot of their flying scenes, they're on rigs and they're moving around, and that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, green screen, you know.
Yeah, green screen stuff.
You have to still be, like, in the air.
Yeah, like in Hagrid's, like, motorbike.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
so,
cool.
like, some things you can't do, you can't fake it or it'd be weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, those are some answers.
Those are good.
Okay, do you think that geek culture has improved you?
Yeah. So, do we think, like, being a part of fandoms and, like, gaming leagues and D&D and going to conventions has improved, like, your confidence, your self-worth, yada, yada, yada? This is a great question from Ash, and I'm going to say that it really has, because there was a huge part of my life where my friends weren't interested in any of this stuff. So I'd go home and I'd really, like, delve deep into it with my mom. And my mom is, like, my best friend. And I think that's a huge part of it because I didn't have any friends to really, like, kind of explore these things with. So my mom and my dad and my brothers and even my best friend Courtney, like, we all kind of, like, explored these things together. But I would go to school and nobody would really be interested. So I think, like, being around those people really helped with, since then, my confidence. When I, like, started writing about video games, and, like, it opened me up to more people, and those people I'm still friends with. And then more recently, just with being a part of Scraticus Academy and just, like, doing that, and then also playing more Dungeons and Dragons online with even friends that live across the country or people that we don't know. Like, that has really upped, I think, my self-confidence and really my confidence in who I am as a gamer, as somebody that's into this kind of culture. And I don't feel like I'm as easily swayed. I feel like before I would just, somebody would say, okay, no, you like this. And I would just like that thing. Because they liked it, and they were telling me that I also liked it. So I felt like I didn't have a lot of my own personality when it came to the things that I liked. And now I know that I do. And I have my own tastes, and I'm confident in kind of how I approach people about that now. So. Yeah,
I have to say for this, I think... so I have a thing. I think many people put way too much stock into, like, cultures they belong to, or... you know, groups, subgroups that they belong to and identify with, and are like, that's where I'm going to get my confidence from, because, you know, I'm with these people.
I only belong here.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe I'm lucky, maybe I'm weird or broken, but I've never drawn my confidence from
You're a very
groups,
confident person,
you know? Yeah, like, my confidence comes first, and then I just like whatever the fuck I want to like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
You're very cool about
be your
that.
own person and just be chill.
Yeah.
Just be chill.
Yeah, I think that...
like whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I think it also comes down to the people should give you strength, and not be like your crutch. So if you're like, I am this person, I belong to this group, and this is my group, and this is all I know.
Right, like you can't be like, oh, we're Star Wars people, we don't like Star Trek, right? As an example.
Yeah, unless you genuinely don't like Star Trek.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
If other
be your
people
own
are
person.
like,
you like both,
them.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like either, whatever, that's cool, right? You can like those things and like football. You can like those things
exactly.
and be like a
this
jock.
Is like the whole basis of our podcast.
Yeah.
Like I can like makeup, I can like football, I can like Dungeons and Dragons, I can like Magic the Gathering, I can like I watch Sex in the City.
Right. It's because your confidence doesn't come from being a part of this group and tribal. It doesn't come from the tribalism that you are a part of. It comes from yourself, and then you make your own opinions and think outside the box and don't believe what they tell you.
You feel confident in the decisions you're making to make yourself happy. Like, I think that that's a huge part where it's like, I don't feel self-conscious about what I'm doing anymore like I did when I was in high school. Like, I felt like I couldn't go to them and say, oh, yeah, I played Dungeons and Dragons with my parents this weekend. I would never have said that to somebody in high school. Now I can literally say whatever the fuck I want because I'm so much more confident in kind of what I'm doing. And it's not based on what other people around me are also doing. Because...
Yeah. So I like, I think parts of geek culture or whatever has improved me in that, I don't know, expanded my mind and thought process. Hasn't really I don't take stock in the culture part of anything.
Of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that implies that, there's some preconceived notions, beliefs or whatever held by a group of people. Nah. Fuck it.
You have your own thoughts and ideas and opinions.
Yeah. Privatize roads.
Okay.
Yeah. It could work.
So let's move on to the next one. Okay. So this is from Stu at Megatron_46 on Twitter. And it asks, who would play you and 5 of your friends, family, nemesis in a film version of your life? You can't choose yourself. So I'll choose the actor for you, and you choose the actress for me.
And is that what it is? I thought you meant I can play myself in my own. Because you know who I would pick instead? Josh.
I guess you could. No, I would.
Just to make it easy.
No, I'll pick for you and you can pick for me. Would you really want Josh to be you in a movie paired with some, like, big name actors and actresses? Like, you have Richard on it and he's, like, The Rock. And then you have Josh.
Yeah, I actually would pick The Rock.
For Richard. You're welcome, Richard.
Yeah, that's who I pick. Who would play Ginny then?
I was gonna say like Keira Knightley, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Keira Knightley probably. I'm looking at a list of like famous actresses right now.
Hold on, now I want to look at a list of famous actresses. I feel like if we pick Keira Knightley.
No, I honestly I think Keira Knightley is the good choice because like if you look at this picture of her on IMDb at least, she's got like the right proportions and skinniness. Ginny is super skinny, so it looks right.
Yeah. Now I'm like...
Richard's also just as buff as The Rock,
he's
right?
so fucking
that makes
buff.
Sense. You can be a Helena Bonham Carter, and I'll be Johnny Depp.
I'll take it. I mean, I don't really want you to be Johnny Depp. It is really funny for you. I was going to pick Chris Pratt, because I think you look like Chris Pratt. And then if that's the case, then what do I look like? Who am I in that pairing?
Yeah, I still think Helena Bonham Carter would be a good you. I don't think you look like her too much, but
I think my disposition.
Yeah,
like her though in like Big Fish. Have you seen Big Fish?
Yeah.
I love Big Fish. I think her in like Big Fish is very much me, and I feel like our life at that point, if we're going in that direction, it's a Tim Burton film, and so
I think that's where we're going.
Yeah. So I don't think The Rock fits in that Tim Burton-esque realm, but now I want to look at like other Tim Burton films and see like who are frequently in Tim Burton films.
Yeah, I'm scrolling down and down and down.
No, I'm Catherine O'Hara. I want to be Catherine O'Hara. That's who I want to be. I love Catherine O'Hara. She's like my favorite actress in the whole wide world. And you can be Michael Keaton. That's what we're going to do here. You're going to be Michael Keaton, and I'm going to be Catherine O'Hara. In a
so film. If we're doing like older, people. So that works. And then Richard should be Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. And then Ginny could be Helena Bonham Carter. Like, I'll allow that, too. Because I think Helena Bonham Carter and, like, Big Fish really...
She could age up, yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
fit
think that'd
in.
be good.
Yeah.
Well, like, Helena Bonham Carter, I think, is, like, a similar age.
Is she? Is she old? I don't know.
I guess so. But, yeah. Richard's now Danny DeVito.
Yeah. But we need another person because this is 5 people that we're looking for in our thing. So.
Ripley.
Yeah, who plays Ripley?
Who plays Ripley? I don't know. Ripley.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Yep, Ripley is played by Kevin Hart. I love it. Or the lady that plays Fat Amy.
Oh yeah, that's who should do Ripley. Because I mean, we'll stick with the gender
Parker. voice.
Yeah, Parker could be Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Parker's Kevin Hart. Dope. I love it. This is it.
Yeah. Yeah, because if we're gonna do like older people as us, yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, I like it. I'm here for it. Okay. Next question. Let's
Okay.
see
Yeah,
what are
that was
we
a good
on
one.
time?
I mean, unless you want to think of any other.
I mean, if we want to do like the Chris Pratt for you, then who am I? I'm gonna say, I think I'd make a good like Brie Larson.
Yeah, or
If we're
who's
doing
the
like
chick in
MCU.
She's in those books.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll take
That's
a
a good
Jennifer
one.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to like. I think we're like
she's
the
kinda
same
dropped
height.
off, yeah.
She has a little bit, but like we're like the same height and same like build and whatnot. Ginny would be Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda or Scarlet Witch. And then Richard's Paul Rudd.
There you go. Yeah.
Bam.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's so good. And then Ripley is going to be, I think, Zoe Saldana as like Gamora, where she's like really pissed off about everything like all the time. I think that would be funny, but that's not really Ripley. I can't think of like all the female characters, and we've talked about this before. I think all the female characters are so tough all the time, and like, are any of them funny and derpy?
Well, also like Fat Amy, super awesome. Yeah.
Fat Amy is a good one. We'll keep with that. We'll keep with Fat Amy and Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Yeah, they can stay the same.
Perfect.
So that'd just be voiceover work anyways.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one.
Yes.
Moving on from that, the Dead Horse Podcast. At Dead Horse Pod.
On Twitter.
Send us on Twitter, yep.
We love them. They make a a Dungeons and Dragons podcast or
Yep.
an RP pod or tabletop RPG podcast.
But who are your favorite anime hot boys?
Yes. That's a really good question.
What is the definition of an anime
Yeah,
hot
I
boy?
want to know what the definition is. Anime hot boy list.
Is it like
Oh, like Natsu is one of them. The hottest and sexiest anime guys on animeimpulse.com. Oh my gosh, Haku is on here, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys. The first time I ever watched Naruto, I legit thought this character was a female, and so I was very confused because like they were using like, I don't know, like it was before I was hip to pronouns, and like I thought maybe something was up with the translation because we only watched it in Japanese, but that character's 49.
49 years old, or what are we talking about?
Number 49 on the list. Kakashi is actually on my list. I think Kakashi is one of the hottest characters.
Yeah, Sasuke, like in the later years,
Sasuke.
you know, all emotional. Yeah, you know, that's cool.
Sasuke's good. See, yeah, I feel like
Naruto did played that up a little bit, I think.
how hot Sasuke is.
Well, like I think they like were really into the like let's make our dudes kind of this like mysterious like, you know, moody.
Jalal from Fairy Tale. Jalal
yeah, from many
is
things. Yeah, I've told you they reused that. Same
they
character
reused that
design
character,
in, like,
right?
Every single one of his animes.
What was that other anime?
I can't remember what it's called. Rave Master.
Yes.
If anybody has no idea what Rave Master is, go check it out.
It's Fairy Tale.
Yeah, it's Fairy Tale. Before it was Fairy Tale.
Jalal is so hot because he's got like that mystery thing going on, and then he also has like a hot face tattoo. So I'm here for it. What else?
What about like who's the dude, the S-class guy in Fairy Tale who like got, you know, eaten up by Acnologia? That guy's got that like kind of older mysteriousness about him. I just can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
Crush is his magic. I remember that.
Oh fuck, I can't even remember. If you look it up, because I'm like, I have no idea. Why? I honestly like Naruto shouldn't be that high on the list. Ben, band, right? From Seven Deadly Sins. He's sexy.
Oh, yeah, the fox.
The fox guy.
Yep, the fox guy.
Yeah, he's hot. Tomoe is on here from
Gildarts, that's the guy. Gildarts.
Oh yeah. Oh. Who's guy? Who do I love from One Piece? What's his name? I'm gonna get his tattoo, like the tattoo of his Jolly Roger. Oh my gosh, why can't
Shanks?
Shanks. Oh god, I fucking have a huge boner for Shanks.
Yeah,
I just think
Shanks
he's
is
like the
super cool.
sexiest pirate, even with without the arm. I'll take him with. I mean, he's perfect without it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who else from One Piece?
I mean, Sanji, I think, is hot. Luffy gets hot, kind of, not really.
Yeah.
Ooh, Frankie, I think Frankie's hot.
Yeah.
With
I mean,
his
but then he
little,
goes,
short shorts.
Yeah, but then he becomes like super weird cyborg guy.
Yeah, he has way too
Right?
many cyborg parts. But I mean, I'm kind of into that.
Like he blew up his entire body, right?
Yeah.
And then that's what happened. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Natsu
is number 1 on this list. That's kind of weird. But I have another one.
Gray. Speaking of fairy tale, right?
Yeah, Gray's okay.
Yeah.
Trevor Belmont, not necessarily an anime hot boy, but anime style Trevor Belmont of Castlevania. Finger Kiss. Richard Armitage does the voice of that, and it's beautiful. He's so sexy. He's so sassy.
What about like Ichigo?
Oh, Ichigo, yeah. Yep. I like Ichigo. I think out of like
Zhao and some of those like dudes. You know?
out of like Naruto characters, probably it's still Sasuke. I'll be that person. That's like Sasuke's number 1. I did have a thing for who's the metal dragon off of Fairy Tail?
Yeah, I can't remember right now, man. Bad with names right now.
Gajeel. Gajeel, yeah. Gajeel, I always kind of had a thing for Gajeel. Ichigo.
What about
from Bleach?
So from One Punch Man, Genos, the like cyborg guy.
Yeah, he's okay. I like One Punch Man. Like none of them
kinda,
were as
yeah.
hot.
Yeah, but that's just like a character that's out there. What about like somebody from who's the guy that's like super good from Black Clover? I can't remember.
Yeah, none of them really like stand.
Or like
out
the
to me.
leader of the Bulls, whatever, the Black Bulls or whatever they're called.
Ooh, the guy with the black,
Yami.
the Yami. Yes,
Yeah, whatever
okay.
his, like,
Yami is
full
hot.
name is,
yeah,
yeah.
Yami can get it. I love it. Yes, absolutely.
Renji from Bleach, maybe.
Renji, yeah, I loved Renji. I do think Ichigo is cuter.
We have Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist.
See, I haven't really watched all the way through Full Metal Alchemist because I don't want to feel sad.
Yeah.
But I know you love him and you have a heart on for him.
Yeah, he's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hitsugaya from Bleach or Byakuya.
Grim Zhao from Bleach. Yeah. Hot. Ooh, and like that whole scene. So who's the other Aaron Carr, that the green one with the dark hair that's all emo boy.
Alquaria.
Yeah, Alquaria. He is just so sexy in that, and like all like when he's actually fighting Ichigo, like, and he's just like has no emotion. He's like my emo dream boyfriend, but also
What about All Might?
I don't find All Might sexy.
Or like Azawa, I can't remember his name.
Is that the
Eraserhead?
Guy? Eraserhead. Yep.
Yeah.
I would all over Eraserhead.
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha, yes.
Going
I
back
love
a little bit.
Yeah, I like a good ears. I think that's why I really liked that Kamisa kiss, whatever it is. Kamisama kiss, I think is actually what it's called, because it's like cute ears and they're like all sexy demon.
Rurouni Kenshin, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's cute.
Yeah.
Spike from Cowboy Bebop. Again.
Okay. Yeah.
That's like way back for me. Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
my
backwards
gosh.
now, more and more.
Oh my gosh, Tuxedo Mask.
Oh, there you go.
Super
Yeah.
creepy now that I'm looking back at it because he's an adult and she is like 12. But at the time, I had feelings.
I think that's what they're pushing. I think they encourage that age difference. Yeah.
But yeah. Ooh, Geen from Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
He's hot too with his weird snake face. Do you want to do girls? We could do girls too. Top anime hot girl list. Are there any that come to mind like immediately? Tsunade. Tsunade comes to mind immediately for me. Oh, this is gonna be bad, isn't it?
There you
Urza's
go.
good.
And Lucy.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
Some of these people I don't know on this list.
Yeah, a lot of them I don't know. Like, a lot of them I do recognize the animes and stuff. But, like, you know, and I recognize, like, Ikaros. Like,
Nami, for sure. Orihime. I was all Orihime over Rukia. I'm going to say I'm on that side. Bleach people, you could come at me, but for sure.
Oh, Saber. Yeah, who's like King Arthur, basically. From the Fate's Day. Yeah.
Oh, and Nell from Bleach too. Nell was hot.
Yeah, when she
isn't a little girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. I think that we...
like, they're like, you know...
I feel like it's really easy to come up with anime. There's the list is endless for your hot boys and your hot girls. Because
they're all drawn that way. That's why I'm like, just looking at like all of them, it's like they're listing like basically every female character.
I know. That was why I was like, I'm having a tough time because this is like every character. So yeah. Do you want to move on to the next question?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Mappy Man off of Instagram and also on the Co-op Couch podcast, which you can find on podcasts everywhere. He asked this forbidden question: which Pokemon would you eat?
Well,
let's do like original 151.
Yeah, I mean that does make it easier, but like, okay, so like, I mean, realistically, Tauros would be like,
well, yeah,
probably just like eating a regular cow.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Magikarp, sushi.
I don't think Magikarp is in like lakes and rivers and stuff, or in the ocean.
I don't know.
Well, like lakes and rivers and stuff, you don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
Sushi,
then
right?
maybe just fish. Just like serve it up. If I have to be honest, I think Slowpoke probably has a good amount of fat content to his meat, so I bet it would like marbleize really well and cook very well.
Yeah.
What do you think? And then also, I mean, in the same kind of like realm as that, Snorlax.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Snorlax you could eat, yeah.
Probably
feed a
good
ton of
meat.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there one that you think would taste better than the rest?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Taurus would probably taste just like steak.
Togepi? Probably kind of tastes like egg.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you could cook and eat anything out in the world today. You could cook and eat any Pokemon. So I don't think you'd have a problem. Some might taste weird. Like, if you've ever eaten, like, snake, you know,
I don't
it's
think
like,
you could eat Geodude. Or Electabuzz.
You don't think they have some meat underneath? They
Maybe,
gotta have a brain.
Maybe it's like a clam kind of situation, which they do have like shellfish like Pokemon. Yeah. But maybe Geodude in that sense is...
maybe you crack them open, you take all the rock off, and there's like a juicy little... I mean, it's just the brain, right?
Right.
But you cook it right, and it tastes real good.
It tastes real good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm thinking like, you know, if you think any like lizard-type-esque Pokemon taste a little bit like lizard and snake taste now. Yeah. Any fish-type Pokemon taste a little like fish now.
All of them like up for grabs? Like, you cool with eating a Ninetales?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, if
you cool with eating a Meowth?
Yeah, I would eat cat or dog. I wouldn't eat our cat or dog.
That's what I'm wondering.
But if somebody presented this to me and said, "Hey, it's dog," I wouldn't say like, "Okay, I'm not gonna try it."
As long as it kind of looks good.
Oh yeah, obviously I'm not gonna eat it from like some rando who's like doesn't look like they know how to cook. But if I go to a restaurant in say Asia, and they're like, "Hey, you want to order the dog?" Yeah, sure.
No, I'm not going to lie. Mewtwo looks really delicious. Got very thick thighs. I think that they could be really meaty.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. No, I think they'd all taste good. So, And even like if we expanded out past the
Don't
original
think-
150, I think there are some though that are like there's like sheep ones and more cow ones and stuff.
Yeah.
I think those ones are going to be the ones where we would probably just farm them for meat.
Yeah, I don't think Ditto would taste good.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
agree.
think.
Yeah, even if it transforms. Did you know Ditto is a failed clone of Mew?
Is that what
That's
the
canon.
movie's about?
Yeah.
Oh.
They attempted to clone the Mew. They created Ditto because they fucked up, but then they were able to create Mewtwo
Nice. Dope.
eventually. Yeah.
Nice. Also, Magnemite and Magneton, not good. Those would not taste good.
Well, again, they gotta have something in there, like a brain.
I don't know. I mean, that looks like a lot of metal. That just doesn't look good to me. And I wouldn't eat any of the Eevees. Absolutely not. Or like the grass Pokemon. I guess maybe they would taste like, you just like maybe trim them like herbs.
Well,
Trim them
yeah.
in season
Yeah.
with it.
Like Bellsprout and stuff, probably.
Yeah.
You know.
That was my thought as I was looking at a Bellsprout. And then an Oddish, too. But I bet you could eat, like, a full Oddish. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that was really uncomfortable, and I didn't like talking about that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd eat them all. I gotta eat them all.
I learned a lot about Jesse and how many Pokemon he'll eat, and it's all of them. He'll literally eat any of them.
None of them are off the table.
Right.
So, all right, do we want to do this last one, or do we just want to wrap it up?
Yeah, last question.
All right, how did you two meet?
And this is from Grace at Hildegard Taljum. I think that's how you say it. But
Hildegard Tall Gem.
That's what I said, Taljum?
Tall Gem.
Taljum?
Like, I think you can put separation between this. I think they're two different words.
I mean, because Hildegard and then Taljum, they're capitalized. So those are obviously two separate words.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I feel like Gem would have a capital G. But you can find her on Twitter. She's amazing. Her and her husband are so supportive of us, and we absolutely love them. I love interacting with them on Twitter, and they're one of the people that, when I first came back to Twitter, they befriended me without even thinking. I mean, and what were they thinking? So,
Who knows?
who knows? But yes, the question, how did you two meet / become a couple?
Yeah, at a bar.
Technically. So, like I said, I went to the University of Georgia, and I was in my senior year, and Jesse had already graduated, and his brother, twin brother, Josh.
Yep, was still in the area, living as a townie.
Yes, and he's a twin, and so they were there on their birthday. And my best friend was dating Jesse's best friend.
Yes,
And
at the time.
At the time, not anymore. And so they came to stay with me, though, in Athens, and to go to their birthday party, to Jesse and Josh's birthday party.
Yep.
And they eventually asked me to come along, too.
Yep.
And
we
I
were
met
just
Jesse.
downtown at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jesse met me.
Yep, and that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, we just stayed in touch. And
Yeah, we dated long distance for a little bit.
Yep. Eventually, Raven moved out to Seattle, and we were ball was rolling. So
Ball was rolling real fast, too. We got engaged and married really quickly.
yeah, very quickly. But hey,
Very
we've been married
quickly.
for like 5 years.
5 years now.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, we
Good
got
for us.
Yeah, we got probably engaged, and a lot of people think that this is like, I don't think people think this is weird, but people are like really like surprised when we tell them. But yeah, we were married, and we were engaged and married within 6 months of meeting each other.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, ish, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think maybe like 7 or 8 months, but like not a whole lot of time. It was 8 months. October.
Yeah.
From February to October. So.
Oh, we got engaged in April.
Well, yeah. I'm saying married though. Yeah.
Yeah, married in
is 8
October.
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We started dating in March though, so yeah, like 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it was really quick, but yeah, we've been together for 5 years.
Hey, when you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no
nice?
regrets. So,
No regrets.
yeah, but yeah, pretty interesting story, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I think
interesting.
it
It's
is.
not.
It is when, like, I mean, we're not.
I guess
gonna
if they were gonna write a movie about it and cast those people, it'd be okay. But
yeah, we'd have to spice it up slightly.
yeah, there'd have to be more intrigue.
I think just the whole like, my best friend was dating your best friend, and they came to stay with me, And then we all, like, they were about to not even invite me to go out that night even, because you had some friends and one of them, you guys were considering not going out. And so,
Plus you had other stuff
out,
to do too, right? Like you could have gone out with your friends, right? Like,
yeah.
But you chose to go with Courtney and...
Yeah, because she's my best friend.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that made all the difference. It was like that one decision to go downtown. And then that kind of just spawned everything.
Yeah. Since then, Courtney has also married a dude named Jesse.
It's true. It's true. What a fucking copycat, right?
Right? Yeah.
No, we love them both so much.
Yeah. And Nick has moved on as well. And
Yeah.
is dating a new girl that he really likes.
Yes.
So, there we go. Now
We saw him
everybody's
at the
caught up
wedding.
to...
Yes, you guys are all caught up into what has been happening.
Yeah, so like,
and
you know, like
his brother
how
has
the
also
movies,
married somebody.
Yeah, at the movies where they have like little thing and like, so-and-so went on to cure cancer.
Right, exactly.
There you go. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's a little end credit little, where are they now?
Yeah, like, you know, everybody's happy. It's
right.
cool. Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't know. Not with those people specifically, but there were other people at the party.
I don't even remember who was there.
I don't really either, but I know that there were other people.
Yeah.
I got really drunk too.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing some people that I hadn't seen in like a long time, like Bradford was down there, who's one of my good friends from, you know, elementary school, middle school, stuff like that. We were tight. He went to UGA as well. Went to law school, so he was still there doing law school. Since then, he's graduated and I think lives in Atlanta practicing law.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember wanting to get Waffle House and then having to get pizza. So that was pretty annoying, babe.
Yeah.
Pretty annoying.
We got Waffle House the next day.
I didn't get Waffle House the next day. I got pulled pork, though. It was good. I got barbecue.
But the like, what was the name of that pizza place? It was like really good.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Right in like downtown Athens.
Yeah.
Like I can't even remember what it's called, but they have like pizzas by the slice.
Yeah, super good.
So good.
And then like, you know, Waffle House. There's like Waffle House is for the next day. Pizza is good then.
Right. I could eat a hot dog right now though.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry right now.
Let's wrap this up then.
Yep, exactly.
Because that's our last question.
It's also warm in here.
Yes.
So.
Well, thank you to everybody that sent us questions. We got a ton, and if we didn't answer your question this time around, we'll definitely answer it next time.
Yeah, exactly.
In our next
we have
one.
a big pool.
Yeah, and we're planning on doing this every 25. So, you know, we'll make sure.
Damn, has it been 25 episodes?
Yeah, this is our 25th episode.
Okay.
God, you stupid bitch.
Cool. All right, there we go.
Yeah, it's an anniversary of sorts. It's our quarter podcast life crisis. And we decided to just talk about ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, like, that means next episode is halfway through a year.
In podcast, yes.
Yeah.
In podcast, it is.
So, I mean, we've already passed, like, halfway of a year because we skipped a few, but, like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that
26,
the schedule works out, that our 50th episode is also our, like, the beginning of the new year. Like, we've been doing it for 1 year. So I'm hoping that works out, but I haven't done the math, and I don't really care to. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who knows what we're going to miss. But, so you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Co-op the Podcast.
Yep, or go to coopthepodcast.com.
Or patreon.com/Co-op the Podcast.
You can find me on those platforms and things like that at Jesse, JESSECO_OP.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Raven_co-op or coop. Please also leave us a review, 5-star rating, yada, yada, yada. You know the deal.
Yeah, just like you would do for any podcast you love.
Literally any podcast you love. Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
All right.
That's
All right,
it.
Later.
Get out of here. Okay, bye.